When you have been face to face with a porcupine in real life, have you ever had a sense of caution because you were afraid of its sharp quills? It is possible that you have even instructed yourself to keep a safe distance in order to avoid an unpleasant surprise. Were you aware, however, that the rearing of porcupines is a rapidly expanding industry in certain countries? Not only are these intriguing creatures bred for their meat, which is regarded as a delicacy in some societies, but they are also bred for other purposes that are quite beneficial. There is a great deal more value in porcupines than you might have initially thought. Although it may appear to be a slow creature, the porcupine actually possesses a formidable defense system consisting of approximately 30,000 spiky quills. Even though many people assume that porcupines are capable of throwing their quills, this is fiction. Instead, these prickly mammals have a devious plan in their arsenal. It is common for them to turn their backs, raise their quills, and shake their tails when they feel threatened. A nasty surprise awaits a predator that comes too close, a face full of stinging quills that dig in like tiny fish hooks. This is a horrible experience for the predator. What's worse is that a porcupine can still fight back even after it has passed away. When an unfortunate predator consumes one, the quills that are contained within continue to push into the tissue, and in some cases even penetrate the organs. One study found that porcupine quills were buried inside of 5% of the wolverines that were tested. It is a pain-in-the-neck reminder. It is never a smart idea to initiate an attack on a porcupine. During the past few years, porcupine farming has become increasingly significant for both the conservation and commercial sectors. As a result of excessive hunting, the number of wild porcupines has significantly decreased. Therefore, farming helps meet demand, while also safeguarding the species. It is surprisingly simple to raise porcupines. In fact, it is much less complicated than farming pigs. The appropriate amount of room for each porcupine is approximately 1 square meter, and their enclosures do not require a great quantity of available area. It is important that the enclosures be created with a balance of light and dark areas, avoiding direct sunlight, and making sure that they are completely protected from rain. To ensure that water is adequately drained and to prevent porcupines from digging out of the ground, the floor and yard should be constructed out of thick concrete with a little slope. It is necessary to have a sturdy foundation wall when employing a wire fence in order to prevent porcupines from entering other enclosures of the same type. Porcupines are able to grind their teeth on wooden logs, bones, or mineral blocks that are placed within the cages by farmers. This prevents the porcupines from gnawing on the enclosure itself. Pigeons are omnivores, which means that they consume both plants and small animals in their diet. Fruits, roots, leaves, banana peels, vegetables, and corn are all part of their varied diet, which also includes many other foods. Porcupines, in addition to consuming meals derived from plants, also ingest insects, snails, beetles, and earthworms, all of which are sources of animal protein that are necessary for their development. This diverse selection of food makes it simple to feed them, which in turn lowers the economic burden of farming. To supplement their nutrition, farmers frequently make use of agricultural leftovers that are easily accessible, such as vegetable scraps and maize husks. This allows them to take advantage of the situation. There is no way that porcupines can survive in frigid temperatures. Burrows are dug deep by them in the wild, and they remain there for several months throughout the winter months. Farmers need to construct comparable burrows and add dry grass to them in order to keep them warm during the winter months. This will help them remain safe and comfortable. Porcupines have sexual practices that are distinct from other animals. In most cases, males and females are kept in separate housing, and controlled mating is only allowed when the females exhibit signs of being in heat. The farmers then introduce a male into the enclosure of the female in order to produce a male. At the age of around 1 year, when they weigh approximately 10 kilograms, porcupines reach the stage of mature sexual development. Porcupines are extremely guardian of their territory and are easily able to identify members of their own family. Maintaining male porcupines with their young is essential because, in the absence of their parents, the young may have a sense of insecurity and respond aggressively. With a farm consisting of roughly 50 breeding pairs, each of which produces 2 litters annually, and with 2 to 3 offspring belonging to each litter, farmers can anticipate an annual harvest of approximately 200 porcupines per sale. Taking into consideration the growing demand for porcupine meat, this presents a potentially lucrative business opportunity. Specific cultures place a great value on porcupine meat, particularly in specific regions of Africa, Asia, and Europe, where it is regarded as a delicacy. Since the meat is high in protein and has a flavor profile that is comparable to that of a combination of pork and beef, it is an excellent choice for meals that are prepared by slow cooking, such as stews and braises. Because porcupines have sharp quills, which can cause severe injuries, it is important to exercise caution when handling them. When working with these creatures, personal protective equipment such as gloves, clothes, and eyewear is very necessary. Singeing over an open flame to weaken the quills, using a blowtorch to loosen them, soaking them in hot water to soften them, or utilizing specialized instruments like pliers for hand removal are some of the methods that can be used to remove quills efficiently after the animal has been slaughtered. Beyond their value in farming and cuisine, porcupines have a long history in traditional medicine across various cultures. In Southeast Asia, particularly in China and Vietnam, a rare substance called porcupine bezoar is highly sought after for its supposed healing properties. This hardened mass, found in the digestive tract of some porcupines, is believed to help detoxify the body, improve digestion, and even boost the immune system. Traditional healers use porcupine bezoars in powdered form to treat illnesses such as fevers, infections, and gastrointestinal issues. Though scientific research on these claims remains limited, the demand for porcupine bezoars has significantly increased, making them one of the most expensive animal-based remedies in the world. Some high-quality specimens can fetch thousands of dollars per gram, leading to both legal and illegal hunting of wild porcupines. While porcupines are often perceived as slow and simple creatures, recent studies suggest that they are much more intelligent than commonly believed. Researchers have observed porcupines demonstrating impressive problem-solving abilities, particularly when it comes to food acquisition and navigating obstacles. In controlled experiments, porcupines have been seen using their quills to manipulate objects, learning from past experiences, and even recognizing patterns to unlock enclosures. Some farmers have reported that porcupines can memorize feeding schedules and identify specific handlers, showing signs of social intelligence. Their cognitive abilities make them an interesting subject for behavioral research, particularly in studying how animals adapt to environmental challenges and threats. Besides, porcupines have long been featured in folklore and mythology, often symbolizing protection, wisdom, and resilience. In Native American culture, porcupines are considered sacred creatures representing innocence and defense without aggression. Many tribes, such as the Lakota and Blackfoot, believe that porcupine quills carry spiritual power and use them to decorate clothing, headdresses, and sacred objects. In African folklore, porcupines are often depicted as cunning tricksters, outwitting larger predators through their intelligence and defensive strategies. Some indigenous South American tribes believe that encountering a porcupine in the wild is a sign of good luck and perseverance, encouraging individuals to stay strong in the face of challenges. These cultural stories highlight the deep connection between humans and porcupines throughout history. Especially, porcupines play a crucial role in their ecosystems by controlling plant growth, spreading seeds, and maintaining forest balance. As herbivores, they feed on tree bark, roots, and fruits, unintentionally aiding in seed dispersal and promoting forest regeneration. In some regions, porcupines have been identified as ecosystem engineers, meaning their behaviors help shape their habitats in ways that benefit other species. For instance, their burrowing activities create shelter opportunities for smaller animals such as reptiles and rodents. However, in areas where porcupine populations have declined due to overhunting, forest biodiversity has been negatively impacted, leading to shifts in plant distribution and species competition. Conservationists are now studying porcupines' ecological impact to better understand how protecting them can contribute to reforestation efforts and habitat restoration. Porcupine quills are not just a defensive mechanism, they have also inspired cutting-edge biomedical research. Scientists have discovered that the microscopic barbs on porcupine quills allow them to penetrate flesh with minimal force, making them highly efficient at puncturing and anchoring. This unique property has led researchers to develop better surgical needles, hypodermic syringes, and medical adhesives inspired by porcupine quill structures. Unlike traditional needles, quill-inspired designs could reduce pain and improve precision in medical procedures. Additionally, bioengineers are exploring porcupine quill-inspired sutures that could self-anchor into tissue without the need for knots, potentially revolutionizing wound closure techniques in surgery. This biomimicry approach demonstrates how studying porcupines can lead to breakthroughs in modern medicine.